श्री भगवान अनुवाच में श्री कृष्ण कहते हैं, अशोचयानन वशोचचत्वं प्रज्ञावादांश्च भाषसे गतासूनं गतासूंक्षः नानुशोचन्ति पंडितः। हे अर्जुन, तू ना शोक करने योग्य मनुष्यों के लिए शोक करता है और पंडितों के से वचनों को कहता है, परंतु जिनके प्राण चले गए हैं उनके लिए और जिनके प्राण नहीं गए हैं उनके लिए भी पंडित जन शोक नहीं करते। यहाँ पे ठाकुर जी ने कितनी सही बात कही है कि तू शोक किसके लिए कर रहा है? तो शोक उसके लिए कर रहा है जो शोक करने योग्य ही नहीं है। और ये चीज हमें भी सीखनी चाहिए। टेकिंग केयर ऑफ दोज पीपल हु आर be taken care of, helping those people who are not deserving to be helped. That is you being a fool and helping those people who don't deserve helping out by anyone else, because their ego might be, their attitude is so much high that you will feel that it's very toxic. न त्वेवाहम जातु नासम न त्वं नेमे जनाधिपाः न चैव न भविष्यामः सर्वे व्यमतः परम। सॉरी। ना तो ऐसा ही है कि मैं किसी काल में नहीं था या तू नहीं था, अथवा ये राजा लोग नहीं थे, और ना ऐसा ही है कि इससे आगे हम सब नहीं रहेंगे। यहां पे एक कॉन्सेप्ट आता है जहां श्री कृष्ण एक भाव में रीइंकार्नेशन की बात करते हैं। वो कहते हैं कि ऐसा नहीं है कि तू इस काल में तू नहीं है या पिछले काल में तू नहीं था, हम सब थे, ये राजा भी थे, ये सब लोग थे। देहिनोस्मिन यथा देहे कौमारम यौवनम जरा तथा देहांतर प्राप्तिर्धीरस्त्र न मुहायति। जैसे जीवात्मा की इस देह में बालकपन से लेकर जवानी और वृद्धावस्था होती है, वैसे ही अन्य शरीर की प्राप्ति होती है। इस विषय में धीर पुरुष मोहित नहीं होता। दिस श्लोक इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। चैप्टर 2 वर्स 13, देहिनोस्मिन यथा देहे कौमारम यौवनम जरा तथा देहांत प्रपाद धीरस्त्र न मुहायति। ये शरीर आपको वो इस सिचुएशन समझा रहा है जो सिचुएशन हम सब समझना चाहते हैं इन द कॉन्टेक्स्ट ऑफ स्पिरिचुअलिटी। बचपन से लेके बूढ़े होने तक शरीर बदलता है, आत्मा नहीं बदलती। शरीर बचपन से लेके बूढ़ा होते होते झुर्रियां आती हैं, शरीर में हड्डियां कमजोर हो जाती हैं, लेकिन शरीर बदलता है, आत्मा नहीं बदलती। और शरीर को त्याग कर फिर आत्मा किसी और शरीर में चली जाती है, बिकॉज उसके लिए अब ये शरीर यूजफुल नहीं रहा, इस शरीर में अब जान नहीं है, इसके प्राण निकल चुके हैं। तो ऐसे समझ के, इन चीजों को समझ के एक जो धीर पुरुष होगा ना, जो एक समझदार पुरुष होगा, वो कभी भटकेगा नहीं, क्योंकि वो समझ जाएगा कि इसमें क्या अंतर है। शरीर से प्रेम करने वाले लोग बड़े मूर्ख होते हैं। See, I understand this body is like a machine. Understand this. This body is like a machine. And to run a machine, you need to well maintain it. Of course, शरीर भी important है, but इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि आप शरीर के मालिक समझते हो खुद को कि ये शरीर का मैं मालिक हूं। नहीं, you are not the owner of this body. You're not the owner of anything in this world. Trust me. What do you think, that you're the owner of anything? No. If you think materialistic, you own something, that might be, you might be owning that thing, but that is not even owning properly, permanently owning, because that is temporary. If you own a house, that house will not be yours after 40 years. You will be up there in somewhere other place of a board of spiritual life, and the house will be taken by some other person in their life. So you can't say that I own the house. So this is misconception in your head that legally signing some kind of property is going to make that property yours, or you own that property. अगर इसको हम एक पर्सपेक्टिव से देखें तो you don't own anything in this world. At the end, you're not going to take anything, not even your legal properties, not even your money, no safe, no parents, nothing. You're not going to hold on to everyone and sit on the चिता और फिर बोलोगे मुझे सब साथ लेके जाना है। कुछ नहीं ले जा सकते तुम यहाँ से। And this is a very simple thing to understand. मात्रा स्पर्शास्तुम कौन्तेय शीतोक्षणः सुख दुःखादः आगमावाप्योनहं नित्यान् संस्तातिस्थिः क्षितश्वस्वहं भारतः। ये भी बहुत ध्यान सुनिएगा। हे कुंती पुत्र, सर्दी गर्मी और सुख दुख को देने वाले इंद्रिय और विषयों के संयोग तथा उत्पत्ति विनाश वाली और अनित्य है, इसलिए हे भारत, उन्हों को तुम सहन करो। आप जानते हैं कि कई स्टेट्स में गर्मी बहुत ज़्यादा पड़ती है, राइट? एंड आप सब वर्किंग लोग हैं, आप सब काम करते हैं। अगर द टेम्परेचर आउटसाइड इज़ 38 और 40 डिग्री सेल्सियस, वुड यू स्टॉप वर्किंग? एक कॉल बॉस का कि आज कंपनी में आना, तो आपको जाना पड़ेगा। नो मैटर व्हाट, यू गो इंटो द एसी कार, यू गो एनीवेयर, बट यू हैव टू गो आउट। तो क्या सर्दी या गर्मी की वजह से आप काम करना रोकते हैं? नहीं। तो अगर आप सर्दी गर्मी में अपना काम करना नहीं रोकते, तो आप सुख और दुख में अंतर क्यों करते हैं? ये बात समझने वाली है। व्हाई डू वी डिफरेंशिएट बिटवीन हैप्पीनेस एंड सॉरो? क्योंकि वो दोनों भी एक फेज हैं। जैसे सर्दियां थी, वो चली जाएंगी 4-5 महीने बाद, गर्मियां आ जाएंगी, उसके बाद स्प्रिंग आएगा, उसके बाद ऑटम आ जाएगा, फिर देयर विल बी फॉल, देयर बी एवरीथिंग। सो व्हाई डू हैव टू वरी? बिकॉज दिस इज, देयर आर टू एस्पेक्ट्स, खुशी या दुख। अगर खुशी कुछ समय के लिए है, तो ये समझिए कि दुख भी आएगा, और दुख भी कुछ समय के लिए, तो उसके लिए पॉजिटिव रह रही है कि आगे खुशी भी आने वाली है। बट पीपल डोंट अंडरस्टैंड दैट। People say that, oh my god, I'm just so stressed. My life is full of miseries. It is gonna be full of miseries because everybody has miseries in their life. You're not the only one person. We all are human beings. We all gonna face. And we all will have some kind of problems in our life. That is one of the simplest thing to understand. Not even one single person in this panel can tell me that I assure Himanshu that I'm gonna give a written affidavit over here that my life will not have any problems. You cannot say my life is not gonna have any problem, और मेरी लाइफ में प्रॉब्लम रही नहीं है या फिर अब हो नहीं रही है. Everybody is having problem with something or somewhat. Family issues, personal issues, किसी के कुछ issues है, किसी के relationship issues है, सबको problems हैं. You all are dealing with something in your life, right? But it doesn't make you stop doing it, right? It doesn't make you stop living. That is one thing to understand. आप जीना नहीं छोड़ दोगे जैसे आपकी लाइफ में प्रॉब्लम है इसलिए. यम हीनम व्यथयन्ते ते पुरुषम पुरुषर्षभम समदुखम धीरम सौमवृत्तव्याम कल्पते. क्योंकि हे पुरुष श्रेष्ठ, दुख सुख को समान समझने वाले जिस धीर पुरुष ने ये इंद्रिय और विषयों को संयोग व्याकुल नहीं करते, वह मोक्ष के योग्य होते हैं. जिन्होंने ये समझ लिया कि सुख दुख समान है और मन को अगर मोक्ष प्राप्त कराना है, सी मोक्ष का मतलब सिर्फ यही नहीं है कि भगवान श्री हरि के वैकुंठ धाम में जाओगे तभी मोक्ष प्राप्त होगा. मोक्ष तो मन में प्राप्त यहाँ बैठे बैठे हो सकता है, बस मन की शांति चाहिए उसके लिए. जब मन स्थिर हो जाएगा, मन शांत हो जाएगा, वो मोक्ष है. तब आपके ऊपर डिपेंड करता है कि आपको किस प्रकार का मोक्ष चाहिए. वेट करना है कि वैकुंठ जाके मोक्ष चाहिए, या फिर इस धरती पर रहते रहते मोक्ष प्राप्त कर सकते हो, वो आपके ऊपर है. Nobody else is gonna change your perspective into that. Not even me. Trust me. Right. So over here we have completed till shlok number I think 15 or something. Let me just check it out. हम लोगों ने आज भगवद गीता का कहाँ तक का अध्याय कंप्लीट कर लिया है. Let me see for that. And let's move on to our motivational life talk for today. So make a bookmark if you have the book of Bhagavad Gita. Make a bookmark on shlok number 15, because we have completed till shlok number 15, the second chapter, and we're going to continue from 16th shlok tomorrow onwards. So, okay, I hope you guys have learned something out of Bhagavad Gita, because the way I take so much of time to explain every single verse is that so that people can also understand, they can also know, and just they should be able to read it as well by their own self. So, okay. So today we're going to discuss about confidence. We're going to discuss about hope, and a lot of aspects of life. Right? There are a lot of things which you're going to be talking about. There'll be no one particular topic we'll be discussing today. Um, so hope, first of all, we'll talk about hope. See, hope is something which makes a person live life. If there'll be no hope, the person stop living, because hope is something which makes you live, which makes you feel that there's a life behind something. Now, if I say you are becoming hopeless, why? Why are you becoming hopeless? Just because your mind has made a perception, the same way the same thing I said in the very beginning. Your mind has made a perception, or you yourself have made a perception कि I cannot do this thing anymore. I've tried my best and I think it won't work. And for you, that turning point becomes that one point where you're gonna say that okay, now I'm gonna give up, and that giving up is losing hope, right? So it's very important that we need to understand this thing, that in certain life situations you might not get the right kind of reciprocation as well. जरूरी नहीं है कि if I'm investing onto some kind of person and I'm gonna get the same kind of emotions from the same person as well. In that manner, I don't need to lose hope that I won't find love anymore in my life, or I won't find any kind of partner better in my life. Where you're gonna lose your hopes over there that okay, my one relationship was totally a disaster, and I'm not gonna put myself forward into any other relationship just because one was disaster. You are gonna lose hope one day. That okay, maybe I'm gonna die alone, and that thing will go in your head again and again. You will become that one person who will put himself into a depressive state. So it's very, very important that we need to understand this thing, that nobody else is going to come in your life to give you hope. I tell this thing every time. You yourself, you internally in yourself, you have lot of hope, courage, willpower, everything inside you. It just needs that you need to understand yourself, and you need to, refine yourself in a manner so that you can find out those hidden treasures inside you. Even Krishna Tattva is also inside you as well. You are Krishna conscious entity. You are a spiritual entity. Rather than being a human being, if you see as a perspective, you're a spiritual entity because you are the ansh of the Paramatma, which is the Atma. So being like that, if you take this thing in certain kind of manner, you will understand a lot of things, that you have the willpower to deal with every single situation of your life. It's just that you lose your hopes. And why do you lose hopes? Because you think that okay, now I can't deal with it. To qualify to surrender the life fully to Krishna, there are some basic steps. First of all, you need to free yourself from delusion caused by pride. When we talk about the process of surrendering your life to Krishna, this is the essence of everything which is mentioned in the scriptures. For the one person who is always accepting some honor and respect in this materialistic world from anyone in this world, it is not possible to surrender fully to Krishna. Because you are seeking out for honor from people. You are seeking for honor and respect from every single person. You might not get honor and respected from every single person out there. जरूरी है क्या कि अगर मैं किसी भी जगह जाऊं तो मुझे वहां पे हर एक इंसान ऑनरफुली या रिस्पेक्टफुली बात करेगा? जरूरी नहीं है. So when that pride, that delusion will end up in my head कि I may not get honor and pride at every single place in this materialistic world. जब वो illusion, वो मेरे दिमाग से मोह निकल जाएगा ना, कि मुझे तो बस आदत हो चुकी है, जैसे एक स्टार होता है, एक फिल्म स्टार होता है, उसको आदत होती है, कहीं भी जाएगा, oh I know there's gonna be media, there's gonna be media. शाहरुख सर, सलमान सर, प्लीज सर एक फोटो सर, प्लीज सर मैम यहाँ पे देखिए प्लीज. तो they're very used to it. किसी जगह के बाहर निकलो, कहीं भी निकलो, they're very used to it. But they have to get prepared as well for that point of time as well, when the controversies happen. That point of time the media will also come, but the question will be very different. At a movie release, the questions are very different. Ki, sir, wow, what a nice movie, sir. But at the time of controversy, the question is very hurting. So the same situation goes with human beings as well, for us as well, in our normal life as well. That we go out, we did some good work, and we feel that I have did something good, and my pride says that I need appreciation from people. But you may never know. Just because you did some good work, people might not appreciate that. They will say that you're just gaining for sympathy. They might say wrong things to you. They might say कि क्या चाहिए तुझे, sympathy चाहिए, तूने बहुत बड़ा काम कर दिया, क्या तीर मार दिया, क्या हो गया, इतना भी मत उड़ो हवा में. So don't get affected by that. People are gonna say what they want to say. You can't stop every single person's mouth. So pride is due to delusion. We come here in this materialistic world, we stay for a short period of time and then go away, leaving the body. And we have the foolish notion that we are the lord of our own surroundings and the materialistic thing. और ये foolishness इतनी बढ़ जाती है, we make all things complicated and we are always in trouble and worry. The whole world moves around this impression, me and mine. मैं हूं और ये सिर्फ मेरा है. People are considering the land, this earth, to belong to human society. And they have divided the land under false impressions. Get out of this false notion that human society is a proprietor of this world. To remove your obstacles, to remove your attachments from these designation and the materialistic things, make a devotee capable to give the rope of life to handle in Krishna's hand. If you can't give your rope of life to Krishna's hand, you will always have a downfall. It's very, very important that we need to implement certain kind of spiritual practices in our life which make us understand that what is the real meaning of life, of soul. कभी अपने घर में अप्लायंसेस मंगाए, कोई भी अप्लायंसेस, कभी आपके घर में कोई टीवी आता है या आपके घर में कोई भी कुछ भी आता है, you know there is a manual book always present inside the TV. Though they are not fool, they know that you're a human being, you're living in 22nd century. You know how to operate a TV. You know how to open up the TV and just put it out on the wall and start it out and make the channels and everything. But still, they give you the guide manual because there are still some people who are so dumb that they don't even know how to install a TV. So that life manual is sometimes you know ignored by some people because they are into pride that I can run this appliance anyway. But जब वो appliance खराब होता है ना तो वही जाके उस manual को देख रहे होते हैं कि यार इसको कैसे ठीक करना है. The same thing is with us as well. Some people are so much into pride that I know everything in this world. I'm the whole malik of everything. I know everything. This is my thing. This is ये मेरा ये मेरा. ये confidence नहीं है. ये self confidence नहीं है. ये over confidence है. मैं सब कुछ कर लूंगा. मैं सब चीज़ handle कर लूंगा. ठीक है. It's fine. You can do it, of course. But being in that delusion that you can do everything without any kind of helpful factors around yourself or without any kind of resources around you, that is delusion. At one point of time when you were a child and when you were totally dependent on your parents, you couldn't say and stand in front of your parents and say that I'm going to start earning now. You're just merely a child of 7 years. How can you earn? This is overconfidence. मैं कमा के दिखाऊंगा. So there's a very thin line to understand that some people just cross that boundary of thin line from being confident to overconfident. Overconfidence is always going to make you a downfall, but confidence will make you humble, down to earth, sensitive towards every single decision which you're going to take in your life. So it's very, very important that we need to be confident and not to lose hope. Have you seen a cancer patient? No matter what kind of chemotherapies and what kind of radiations do you give to that person, but the person's inner willpower to fight against the cancer helps him a lot. I've seen cancer survivors, of course. And if you'll ask any of the cancer survivor that what helped you out, his own willpower, his own willfulness that I want to get better. I'm not going to lose hope. I'm going to live. That made him much more better. The medicines, of course, works, but the person's inner hope, inner recovery of himself by giving himself that understanding that I'm going to be better no matter what. I'm going to fight this disease. That helps much more. So a hope really a lot. A lot. Even when Krishna was totally depressed in Dwarka and he was thinking about that what the gopis and Srimati Radharani would be doing in Sridham Vrindavan, he sent Uddhav. And when Uddhav got the message, Krishna at least got relaxed. He knew that they'll be in depression, they'll be in sad phase, they'll be in trauma, but at least he was better because he got a hope that now I've got a message, now they're doing well. I know they're in sorrow, they're grieving, but still, at least they are living life. They've not ended up their life. Because separation from Krishna was for some gopis were like so much. इवन श्रीमती राधा रानी के लिए वो इतना ज्यादा दुखदाई था कि अगर वहां पे कोई और इंसान नॉर्मल होता तो वो शायद अपने प्राण त्याग देता उस टाइम पे. ऐसा लग रहा था श्रीधाम वृंदावन कृष्ण के जाने के बाद ऐसा हो चुका था जैसे सब लोग वहां पे ना मर चुके हो, एक खत्म हो चुका हो जैसे श्रीधाम वृंदावन. It's the hope only which makes a person stand up again to continue the path on which he is walking upon. And when you lose the hope, you will fall. If there'll be hope, even if you'll fall, you'll get up. No, I have to complete this journey. But if there won't be any hope, you'll fall. People will come and they'll crush you. वो तुम्हारे ऊपर से निकल जाएंगे. Because people are like that. We are living in 2022 and humanity is decreasing, my friend, day by day. And the lack of humanity, one day you will see that people will become cannibals, eating themselves. अपने आप को ही अपने लोगों को मार के खा रहे हैं. And this is truth. That phase is not too far, it will come soon. The way the people are killing nowadays to other people as well, वही देख के पता चलता है कि how what kind of hatred people are holding towards each other nowadays. And it's going more and more and more and more. It's very important. So there's very important thing that we need to understand, that we need to be full of love and empathy. If you have love to serve to other people, because this whole Kalyug is all upon serving, please serve. What did Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did? He was renounced, but he still went to different places to serve the Harinam Sankirtana, so that every single person can dance in the joy of Sri Harinam Sankirtana. So we really need to serve in this world, because a lot of people are waiting for love, and we all are waiting for love. The basic human desire for every single person is to get loved. यहाँ पे कितने लोग ऐसे होंगे जो मुझे ये बोलेंगे कि हिमांशु, बस हमें तो बस प्यार रिस्पेक्ट मिल जाए, रिस्पेक्ट तो थोड़ा प्यार मिल जाए, वी आर हैप्पी विद दैट पर्सन. बट वो रिस्पेक्ट एंड प्यार भी मिले कहाँ से? द राइट काइंड ऑफ रिस्पेक्ट, द राइट काइंड ऑफ लव. It's difficult to, of course, it's difficult
Challenge.
to get,
Ready?
but still, it's very, very important. So, by giving an end to the session for today over here, we're gonna move on. And if you guys love the session, if you guys found out the session good, you guys can please go up to the link and follow the club called as Krishna Consciousness, and also follow the moderators in case you never gonna miss the room whenever the room starts. So I'm going to be taking some questions. You all know that there is a question answer session we take over here. If anybody else who wants to say something, you want to recite something, you want to add on to something, you guys can please let me know, and we guys can pull you up in the panel. Or if you're already up, you can just unmute your mic and speak. And I'm going to take few questions today. So I think I have few questions from previous session as well when I was not well, and there were few questions which were left out. I think it was Preeti's question as well, and I'm gonna consider those questions as well today, because there were two. I think, yeah, there were two questions. I think I answered Preeti's question or not. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe Preeti is gonna give me the answer or not. What? So, but still, we have few more questions over here as well, in the chat box. How to become hopeful? Okay. How to become hopeful? See, hope is something which is something you need to find out in every single situation of your life. ये वो चीज है जो आपको ढूंढनी पड़ती है. You need to find hope, right? Hope is never going to drop in your pocket, right? You need to go and find hope. The same way we need to go and find the knowledge. We need to seek knowledge. Athato Brahma Jigyasa. Go and find the knowledge. Knowledge won't be served in front of you. It won't be plate served. The same way, you need to find hope in every single situation, because situation is going to give you downfalls. But in that downfall of situation, if you still manage to make up your mind and to find out the positive aspect of that situation, then you will get a hope. For example, okay, let's take an example. You are performing an examination, right? You studied a bit. You studied a bit, but later on, what happened? The question paper came up and the questions were a bit different. But you saw there are few questions which is at least gonna make you pass out an examination. You won't fail, right? So what will happen over here? That you made up your mind, oh my god, I'm just gonna fail just because you saw the first initial question of the question paper, but then you saw that okay, there are some questions which can at least give me some grace marking and I can pass at least in the examination. So you answered those questions. So every single situation has some hope hidden in it. We just need to have the right kind of perspective to see that hope out of it, right? So it's very important. I just wanted to ask that if I'm scared of happiness, how to deal with that? You're scared of happiness? Oh my God, that's interesting. Okay, that is something. ये questions ये question मुझे लगता है कि काफी different है. Talab is always having different questions, I think. Okay, she's actually scared of happiness. See, I know that why some people are scared of happiness, because they feel that if there'll be happiness in my life, after some time there'll be something bad also gonna happen. कुछ ना कुछ तो गलत होगा ही होगा, right? So, see, happiness, sorrow, pain are the integral part of your life. Happiness is something which never comes along with situations. It's up to your own self. You want to be happy or not in every single situation of your life. Happiness कभी बता के नहीं आती है. हैप्पीनेस आपके अंदर होती है, वो आपका एक खुद का पर्सपेक्टिव होता है कि मुझे इस सिचुएशन में खुश रहना है. अगर मुझे खुश रहना है तो मैं खुश रहूंगी. अगर मुझे खुश नहीं रहना तो मुझे कोई भी खुश नहीं कर सकता, राइट? सो you don't need to deal with that actually. First of all, there might be some kind of confusion that you're not scared of happiness. Might be there is something else you need to find out. Because see, nobody is scared of happiness. They're actually anxious so much that they're so anxious and they're just so, overthinker, that they think, okay, if there's gonna be happiness in my life, I'm definitely gonna face something very bad. If I'm laughing today, कल पक्का रोऊंगी. होता है ना ये सबके साथ कुछ ना कुछ होता होगा. लाइक आज बहुत हंसा हूं मैं, कल पक्का रोऊंगा. The law works over here. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction, whatever. So that law works out, right? So it's very important that you need to understand that you don't need to deal with that actually, because dealing is something you need to do when you are stuck in a situation of life. This is not situation. This is your own choice. You want to be happy. You don't want to be happy. That is your choice. It doesn't comes up with any kind of situation. अगर कल को मेरे घर में कोई डेथ होती है, टच वुड ना हो, अच्छी बात है, भगवान करे, बट एनीवेज कल को मेरे घर में कोई डेथ होती है, तो ऑफ कोर्स I mean, I won't be happy, right? But it doesn't mean that after some time I'll stop smiling just because somebody's dead in my house. I need to seek out that there are some positive things also which are coming in my life. The person who was about to go, he has gone. I can't just put out sorrow every point of time in my life. At least I need to be happy sometime. If there is some kind of joyful moment in my family, if there is someone's birthday, if somebody's anniversary is there, and I'm just keeping on sorrow, I'm just keeping that sad face, it's not going to work like that. Nobody's going to be happy with you. So you should not be scared of happiness actually, because happiness is choice. You want to be happy in some situation, you can be happy. If you don't want to be, nobody can make you happy. People, this is a misconception of people, that they say that, when people come in my life, or maybe somebody else will come in my life, that loved one would be in my life, I'll be happy. No, that is just temporary joy you might feel because of your hormones getting up in here and there. That joy which you say that पेट butterflies आ जाती हैं. I saw that one person, I have a crush on him and this that, and he makes me happy. That is temporary happiness. I'm talking about the permanent happiness which you hold upon yourself, right? So try to implement that actually. How to focus on one thing, like learning something new, will be distracted easily. How to focus on one thing, distracted every time after 10 minutes. See, distractions will be there. You need to practice meditation for that actually. Even I'm distracted. I won't say that I'm the one person who's not never going to be distracted, because distraction will always be there. No matter what, you're living in a world where there are a lot of humans, where there are a lot of things happening around you. कुछ ना कुछ चलता ही रहता है. If you try to pay focus and you try to pay attention onto some one point of time to one thing, you might say that okay, अच्छा, मैं अभी पढ़ रहा था, पीछे से किसी रिश्तेदार ने बोला, बेटा जरा जरा ये कुछ काम करना है। डिस्ट्रैक्शंस विल बी देयर। फॉर दैट यू नीड टू मेडिटेट कि जितने टाइम के लिए आप फोकस कर रहे हो, उतने में आपने क्या गेन आउट किया। If you're meditating for 10 minutes, in that meditation, what you're doing, rather than just closing up your eyes and making a posture, just to flaunt, you're not doing meditation for flaunting out in front of people. So, for this, you need to meditate actually. If you're facing distractions, if you want to focus upon something, meditate. Meditation is very helpful. Trust me. And if you can perform yoga as well, perform yoga. Because that is one thing which I implement. I can't say that I meditate for hours and hours, but I meditate at least for 15-20 minutes in the morning. And then afterwards, when I'll go to sleep, I'll meditate. It doesn't mean that I need to get a right posture. Some people can even meditate upon opening up their eyes and they can meditate. Meditation is letting the thought process come in and out. Let the thoughts come. And if you can just channelize one positive thought and meditate upon that, it's very important. So if distractions are there, it's going to be there. You need to practice meditation. For that, I'll ask you that you should practice meditation. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, ऐसे धीरे धीरे कर time बढ़ाओ अपना, and you'll definitely get the positive results from that as well. Okay. I don't know how, but I have become emotional less in last 2-3 years. Any solution? See, it's fine. One point of time you might burst out with tears, and one point of time you'll be completely dry. It's totally fine. Because see, you can't say that you're emotionless just because there are some situations which might have made you some kind of person where you didn't cried. It doesn't make you emotionless, or you might don't feel any kind of emotion towards anybody else. It doesn't make you emotionless. You're not emotionless. You're having emotions inside you. It's just that you're not expressing it out because you have made yourself so tough against situation of your life. अगर मेरी लाइफ में कोई ट्रॉमा हुआ है, मैंने कसम खा ली कि मैं रोऊंगा नहीं आज खुद कभी भी, तो ठीक है, मैं नहीं रोऊंगा. But it doesn't mean that I'm gonna be emotionless. My emotions are anyway gonna come outside when I'm gonna face something in my life which is gonna be traumatizing again, which is gonna be much more traumatizing, or you would say much more emotional for me. So emotions are better to be controlled actually. It's okay. It's okay you are emotional, you feel emotionless, but it's good that you're controlling your emotions, because sometimes the emotions can be misused as well. Weeping out all the time, grieving up upon every single thing is gonna make you show a very, you would say, how can you say that? It'll make you show that it's okay, this person is very weak. If he's crying, he's very weak. That is a stereotypical misconception of people in this world. Oh, you're crying, being a guy, you're very weak, man. But you're not weak, you're just expressive. You care about things. You find the right kind of things, you find the right kind of pain and love in situations. So you can't say that you have been emotionless. It's just that maybe your trauma has made you so harsh with situations that you don't feel to cry anymore. You just don't feel to show your emotions out anymore. It's totally fine. You don't need to do anything out of it, because life will anyhow show you one kind of situation in your life where you might express your emotions out. अब मैं आपके सामने कल को एक छोटा सा कुत्ता पिल्ला लेके आ जाऊं, आपको उससे प्यार हो जाए, तो आपके इमोशंस नहीं आएंगे उसके लिए. यू कैंट से आई एम इमोशनलेस. If you're an animal lover, I'll give you a small puppy. You have to take care of that puppy. You're taking care of that. You will definitely express your emotions. You'll express your love to that dog. You'll feed him. These are also emotions. You're gonna take care of him, right? So it's very very important that you need to understand कि emotional होने की definition ये नहीं कि सिर्फ रोना emotional होना होता है. That is a feeling. That is something which you hold upon yourself. It doesn't mean you have to cry. Then only the person gonna tag you. Okay, oh, this person is very emotional. No, 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 no. Emotions doesn't mean only crying, and even happiness also. See, the same thing. If you have focused upon something, it's not really important that you will find me laughing and you will find me always crying on every single situation. And by that, if somebody's gonna judge me that okay, Himanshu is emotionless and Himanshu is unhappy, no, I'm not unhappy. It's just that I don't want to laugh at the same joke where you're laughing at. It's just that I don't want to cry on the same thing, or maybe I'm not able to cry on the same thing because I don't feel the same kind of sorrow which you're facing in your life. If four of the people are crying in front of me, it doesn't make me also cry. It doesn't make me emotionless. It's just that I've made myself so much better in my head. Ki okay, that is situation of their life, and why do I have to cry? I'll become very, मेरे मन में मुझे लगेगा भारी भारी सा लगेगा, but doesn't mean that I have to express my emotions so loudly that I'll start crying out there. So it's totally upon your choice actually. You can't say that you have become emotionless or happiness आपकी जिंदगी में आ ही नहीं रही है, or you have become unhappy. No, it's just that you would say that you have just given a pause. Okay, fine. It's fine. You have given a pause. That's your life, your choice. Nobody else can judge you on that. Try to seek out that actually. Not looking up to yourself. अपने आप को judge मत करो कि you're emotionless. No, you're not emotionless. Now, I don't know you much, but of course, you're not emotionless, you could say. Okay. I am gonna just take a few questions from Preeti as well. Preeti, did you put it up your question? Definitely, definitely. Just give me a second, okay, Preeti. I think I had a question last time. Or did you put your question over here as well?
Yeah, not right now.
The previous one, I don't have the screenshot of previous one actually. Can you just repeat that question if you have it? Like I have the previous
Yes,
one of
yes,
only and only, yeah. Please.
yes.
Okay. So, before the question comes up, if anybody else has any questions, please, guys, put up your questions. And otherwise, we're going to end up this panel for today. And please do follow the club so that you can find out the room. Don't blame me afterwards, please. कि मुझे room नहीं मिला. Okay. Okay, Mercy Udhaya has some question. Well, spirituality is encouraging us to be empathetic, whereas the real empathy nowadays is mostly taken advantage by a few narcissistic people. How can we still be empathetic to everyone around us while existing in the same narcissistic environment in this Kali Yuga? Oh, interesting question. I like this question actually. So, what is actually, I'll tell you, spirituality is just not only encouraging and being empathetic to us. Spirituality is some kind of practice where every single person has different kind of perception that what they're gonna gain out of spirituality. Okay. Now, as you said, this is a really good question. Like people actually take the advantage of real empathy nowadays because there are few narcissistic people. But you have to. How can you be still empathetic and lovable to everyone, right? Right. So, होता क्या है कि we hold up a nature, right? We hold up a nature that we can't quit that nature. We can't change ourselves for anybody else. If I am stubborn along with that, I'm lovable and I'm caring as well, you can't change me. That is up to me how I'm going to transform myself. But that thing will never go from me, right? Because that's in my blood. So that's in my blood, or you will say that that's something which I've perceived long way back. Now, the same thing becoming empathetic. Spirituality definitely gives you that one vision where you're gonna find unity in diversity, where you find out every single person has the same soul and everyone should be treated the same way. But the same way, spirituality is also considering some kind of spiritual practices in which you have to take care of yourself as well. Now, how? If somebody is being narcissist and somebody is definitely hurting you, you showed up empathy, you gave love to that person, you gave some kind of good thought process. The person didn't accepted that. You went for the very second time as well, just to give a right kind of view again. Ki, okay, this is spirituality. Okay, for example, I'm giving this to one of my friend. Okay, see, you know what? Spirituality is this. It's gonna help you a lot. The person said, I'm not interested, I'm sorry, just get off. Second time again went out. Let me just try back again. Oh, you know what? Spirituality is this, spirituality is that. You should try it out. He said, I'm not interested, man, just go out of my life. Do I have to be that one person to go back again? No. If you are still being empathetic and lovable to those people who didn't even care about you for a single point of time, then it's going to be very, very dumb of you yourself. Every single person who is giving love and empathy to those people who don't even deserve that, that's what I said. You don't have to give them anymore. There are many more people who are waiting for your empathy out of that one particular person whom you're wasting your time upon. And to deal with those people, you need to find out. You need to figure out that what kind of people are you holding up, because that will happen only when you explore people. The much you'll explore, the much you will see such kind of people in this world. And now, when you are seeing those people, keep those people aside. Ignore them. Simple. You can't do anything else to them because. And then, if you think that somebody is definitely deserving for your empathy, give that empathy to those person as well. No, give that empathy to those people who are deserving rather than wasting your time upon that one person who's narcissist. Because there are always going to be people like that, but you need to focus upon the right kind of person who's around with you. Definitely, it is Kali Yuga, and in this Kali Yuga, finding out the positive people, it's very difficult. आगे जाके तो और खराब हो जाएगा भैया मामला. अभी तो फिलहाल फिर भी ठीक है. अभी still people have spirituality in their head, but still आगे जाके मामला और खराब हो जाएगा. So implement two things: right kind of people to give the right kind of knowledge. Second, ignorance to those who are narcissist. And third, being who you are, no matter what. Don't change yourself. That will be my answer for this question. Right. Okay, this question, I think Preeti, I answered this question. Bloodsheds in Kurukshetra battlefield is known to accord heaven, right? But then why Kauravas given place in heaven? Why do all the rightness of say sinful cause of Devi Draupadi? See, देवी द्रौपदी के केस में मैंने बताया था कि देवी द्रौपदी के केस में सिर्फ sin जो था वो कौरवों ने नहीं किया था. Do you know that even in Bhagavad Gita and even in Mahabharata as well, Krishna has appreciated Duryodhana at a point of time for his intelligence. That in that game of वो जो पास का खेल चल रहा था उसमें दुर्योधन ने अपने मामा की हेल्प ली थी. But these Pandavas didn't took help of Krishna. If they would have taken help of Krishna, they would have won the game. तो यहाँ पे अगर न्याय शक्ति की बात करें तो अधर्म, तो अगर आप अधर्म की तरफ से बात करते हैं तो अधर्म तो कौरवों ने पांडवों ने भी एक पर्सपेक्टिव से किया. उन्होंने उनको मार डाला जो कि गांधारी के 100 पुत्र थे, लेकिन श्राप किसको मिला एट द एंड? कृष्ण को. पांडवों को तो नहीं मिला ना. वैसे तो ये भी सिन कंसिडर होगा कि आपने हत्या करी 100 लोगों की. अब उसमें से कितने निर्दोष थे, कितने नहीं थे, कितने नहीं थे. सी बहुत अच्छा एग्जाम्पल दिया गया एक. द कर्म डिपेंड्स ऑन व्हाट काइंड ऑफ इंटेंशन यू आर डूइंग द कर्म फ्रॉम. इट डजंट डिपेंड दैट व्हाट काइंड ऑफ कर्म आर यू डूइंग. For example, a butcher and a doctor, they both have knives in their hand and they both have to insert the knife into some other person's body. The murderer is gonna insert the knife into a human body to kill that person with the intention of killing. But the doctor will put the knife in the person's body to save him, to operate him. Change है ना? Intention बहुत matter करता है. So with what intention it was did, that matters. So it's the same thing that the bloodsheds on Kurukshetra battlefield is known to accord heaven, right? Of course, definitely it's accord to heaven. But what was the intention of doing the yuddha? That was for dharma. The yuddha was for dharma. The humans were not bad. वो युद्ध धर्म के लिए हो रहा था. And definitely I will talk about that. You are gonna discuss the aspect of karma as well. There's not only one karma you're gonna seek out over here, because you never know. Not only that present karma which the Kauravas did are gonna judge them. What karma their ancestors did, what their parents have done, that also matters, and that also combines together to give one person accordance of heaven or hell. So we can't say that what righteous and what's unrighteous and what's sin, because Devi Draupadi got very angry on his husbands as well कि तुम लोग चुप रहे. गुस्सा तो उनको वहां पे भी था, लेकिन डिसरोप तो उनको तो शासन ने किया था, तो उन पे ज्यादा भड़क गई वो कि तूने मेरे चीरहरण किया है. लेकिन अपनी बीवी को दाव पे लगाया तो पांडवों ने ना. इतने बेवकूफ थे वो लोग कि उन्होंने अपनी बीवी को दाव पे लगा दिया और कुछ नहीं मिला उनको. गेम खत्म कर सकते थे बट नहीं. So this is a perspective of thinking about what's righteous and what's not righteous, and what is the intention of doing the karma. That's very important. आपका कर्म करने का इंटेंशन क्या है? अगर आपका इंटेंशन सही है तो maybe if you are even using a knife and you're just inserting that knife in one of the person's body to operate that person, the doctors are considered to be god when they are performing surgeries. But they're using knives and tools, they're using different scapulas and tools to operate the body. But the same way, the person is considered sinful, which is a murderer. Why? Person is also inserting the same knife into some other person's body, but the intention is to kill him. Over here, the intention of the doctor is to save that person. So karma also depends on what intention you're doing the karma from. So always try to put out the right kind of karma with the right kind of morals and ethics in your life.